Should authors be taking their bookish TikToks and putting them over on YouTube Shorts? We know that it is incredibly important for authors to have a wide variety of social platforms to reach different audiences and to repurpose and reuse the content they're already creating to save time and effort, but make more money and get better reach. So having a YouTube as an author is incredibly important, and Shorts is really valuable to authors. Now, you are going to reach an entirely different audience over on YouTube. The culture, the community, the conversations are extremely different on YouTube than Instagram, than TikTok. You know that there's a difference. So you absolutely should be taking your bookish content that's already doing well on TikTok and putting it over on YouTube. It is a very easy way for you to repurpose this content to reach new people, to make more money, to have more conversations without the extra work. But not everything that does well on TikTok will do well on YouTube because of the culture and different community vibes going on within those two platforms. So when you have things that are doing well over on TikTok, try putting them over on YouTube, but be aware it's a little bit different. YouTube is a little more polished, a little more education and entertainment and intentionality and editing is expected over on YouTube. And that doesn't mean you have to do a ton of editing, but it does mean if you're sitting on TikTok and you're just like eating your lunch and you're just like chatting about things without any real hooks or any real purpose to the videos, those things probably won't perform well on YouTube. We want to make sure that we have things that are specific to the YouTube space. So things that are educational, things that are entertaining, things that are going to start good conversation. Those things will do well on YouTube. You want to take the things that you put some effort into and put those over on YouTube and see how they do. Now, YouTube is really great because the monetization so much better than TikTok. You do have to reach a certain level to monetize over on YouTube, and we talk about that here on this channel and on my main channel, youtube.com/KMRobinson, to teach you how to build up a YouTube as an author to make sure you're doing all the great things and getting better monetized. But you want to make sure that you are then using this to build up your monetization and to get monetized and to be monetized over on that platform. So you can create content that is specific to TikTok that can just live on TikTok. You're more conversational, you're less polished, you're less intentional. The content with less of a purpose and more just like chit chat can stay on TikTok. Then you can create content for TikTok that also works well on Instagram, that also works well on YouTube. And the more you put it out there, the more people you're going to reach. Now you will see that your content in the different places will get different view levels. If something did really well on TikTok, it might not necessarily do really well on YouTube. And something that didn't do well on TikTok could do really well on YouTube. I have crossover content for multiple channels. You guys know I run multiple channels for my author life, for my social media educator life, and for my dog parent life. And sometimes I will put something on TikTok and it'll be okay, but do really well on YouTube. And sometimes I'll put something on TikTok that does really well. And then when I go to put it on YouTube, it's okay. You are going to see different things hit in different ways at different times. Now, the benefit to YouTube is that it's a search engine. YouTube is owned by Google. So if somebody goes to search something on Google, they're going to get YouTube examples. If they go to search something on YouTube, they're going to get videos. So while you are able to put things on TikTok and get really good reach and just have random people finding it, over on YouTube, it's not going to have that burst of views and then go away if it's designed to be found. So if you're answering questions, if you're teaching things, if you're educating on things, if you have a really good hook, if you're using good qualified descriptors in your title and in your caption, that video can be searched for years and years and years. Content I have put out many years ago still gets massive numbers of hits today. I have content short form content that I put out on my YouTube channel and on my TikTok channel, and it did okay on TikTok, but I am getting thousands of views per day on a short video that I put up like 2 years ago on my YouTube channel because people are actively searching for that and I am the result. So you can take really good educational, especially informative things about your book, about author life, about whatever, and put that on YouTube and get hits for months and years. Even if it doesn't take off right away, we're going to see a longer lifespan. So TikTok is the kind of that quick hit. And then sometimes if you did really well, it'll live for a while. YouTube is slower growth. You might see very little upfront, and then it might take off a month from now, a year from now, whenever. And so putting the content that you've already created onto YouTube too is only going to serve you. It's only going to benefit you. It's only going to help to index and to categorize you and to have longer life for the content that you've already created. So yes, it is important for you to take most of, but not all of, your TikToks, your Instagram Reels, and put them on YouTube Shorts as well, because it only works to your benefit. It only helps to build you up. And even if it's 10 more sets of eyes on your content, that's more people than you reached on TikTok, right? It's on top of what you've already reached on TikTok. So taking the things you've already done and dropping them in multiple locations, it's beneficial. It helps you. It works to your benefit. It is only a good thing for you. You might have to learn a little bit about the culture and the community. You might even use those skills to hone what you're working on and what you're creating, which will then help you on TikTok and the other platforms as well. But it is a good experience, and it takes like a couple extra seconds of your time to post it over there. And you do not know when, where, or how it's going to take off, or how many extra book sales it's going to make you, or how big it's going to build your community. You can build a very big community over on YouTube with your short form and your long form content. You can make good money, you can build up good things, and you can get those book sales. So you want to make sure you're talking about your books, you're talking about your friends' books, you're talking about all the good things you're going to do behind the scenes, you're going to do the educational content, and you're going to build from there. So drop your questions on YouTube for authors, drop your questions on TikTok for authors. I'm here to get those questions answered for you. Check out the main channel as well, where I have just hundreds and hundreds of videos and playlists for you on how to grow on these channels. I'll see you in the upcoming episodes as we continue helping navigate the world of publishing, from your writing to your publishing to your marketing, to make this your most profitable year ever with least amount of stress and overwhelm and time commitment on the content you are creating. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.